This is Coventry, a city of natural beauty steeped in history and tradition. But this popular tourist hotspot is fast becoming the battleground for a cultural struggle between man and beast. Pigeons have inhabited Coventry for generations. Their history dates back to the late 19th century, when the first pigeon settlers arrived as stowaways on cargo ships from New Guinea. They were initially integrated into society as a new form of currency. This experiment, however, proved disastrous. But they were soon put to good use and made to perform small menial tasks such as road sweeping and office administration. However, the last few years has seen a dramatic rise in Coventry's pigeon population. The onslaught of this nomadic race coincides with a razor-sharp increase in street crime and antisocial behaviour throughout the city. Graffiti, vandalism, loitering and public disturbances have now become commonplace in this once peaceful environment. Areas of Coventry have deteriorated into wasteland, rendered unusable due to violent clashes between rival gangs. Interracial tension has now reached breaking point, with local residents becoming increasingly frustrated.
I think we should get rid of them all, kick them out. They're taking advantage.
It can be quite intimidating, when they're all huddled on corners of streets, and you sort of walk past and you think, you sort of go across the other side of the road just to sort of avoid them,
Try and get some more policemen maybe out there, and if they're still doing it, then I think a few people have said before, get them out there, lock them up, and do whatever we can to stop them, to be honest.
Make sure that they all are filling forms and stuff, and they're allowed to only come here for a year and then get sent back home.
They're driving nice cars. You see them, I've seen some in the gym as well. They just they smell as well. Don't like it.
Why not make a profit on them, and eBay is the way to go.
I believe in fighting fire with fire. I'd say whatever they give to us, we give back to them.
There is no doubt that for the people of Coventry, this is a major issue. But Coventry is not the only city to have been hit by this epidemic. Many towns and cities throughout the UK have needed to enforce measures to subdue interracial tension. But how can Coventry resolve this issue? Perhaps they would benefit from taking note of how the London City Borough counter-attacked their own pigeon invasion. Mayor Ken Livingstone personally saw to the demise of thousands of pigeons in London's Trafalgar Square, much to the horror of pigeon sympathisers all over the country. But would a vigilante approach succeed in a quaint, picturesque city like Coventry? Members of the pigeon fraternity have made it clear that they will not be intimidated by bully tactics. Dr. Gideon Shumba, Wing Commander of the Coventry Organisation for United Pigeons, or COO, is insistent that pigeons are not a menace to society, and he is striving to ensure that they receive the same rights as other residents.
We, as pigeons, are coming together to highlight our plight across the UK. The wheel of fortune has already begun to turn in our favour, but it's areas like Coventry that need our support most greatly. We may be outnumbered 15 to 1, but freedom is our bullseye and we do not intend to miss. To achieve true equality, we certainly need to play our cards right. We are seen as the weakest link of society, when in reality, we are the masterminds behind this country's recent cultural and economic growth. We're outraged at the treatment we receive in our everyday lives, blamed for crimes we simply do not commit. It's a knockout blow to our collective pride. It's not a deal or no deal situation. We demand liberty from this oppression. Freedom. Now that's my kind of music. I do this job for nothing, and that price is right for me. Who wants to be a millionaire? I just want equality for pigeons. The countdown begins here. It's time for society to realise that pigeons are people too.
Pigeons claim that they are not a threat, but is there any real cause for concern? We asked leading scienticians here at the British University of Science. They told us that the genetic makeup of the pigeon proves that throughout its evolution it has always been a predator and therefore a constant threat to the human race. Pigeons are ever evolving. The last century has seen them grow at an alarming rate. By the year 2012, the common household pigeon will rival the elephant as the world's largest land mammal. We are living in a society of contrasting cultures, a nation of strong roots and traditions, a nation which sometimes fails to embrace change, but at heart desperately needs to integrate, to accumulate. We are living in a world which is getting smaller, and pigeons are getting bigger. Whatever your stance on the pigeon infiltration, the fact is that they are here to stay. I think it's time for both sides to clean up their act.
You snickering floppy-eared hound. When courage is needed, you're never around. Those medals you wear on your moth-eaten chest should be there for bungling at which you are best. So stop the pigeon, 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 stop the pigeon. Ow! Nab him, jab him, tab him, grab him, stop that pigeon now! You, silly, stop sneaking, it's not worth a chance, for you'll be returned by the seat of your pants. And Clunk, you invent me a thingamabob that catches that pigeon or I lose my job. So, stop the pigeon, 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 stop the pigeon.